girl, close your eyes. 15 brothers, no friends when I pull up for peace of mind. Lights come on, I'ma need you to come find me. Don't be so shy. Cause I know you want me, girl. Cause I know you want me, girl. Cause I know you want me, girl. Cause I know you want me. Want me, girl. Cause I know you want me. Cause I know you want me, girl.
Look like we, hey, I'm big stepping. 4-5 on me, look like I'm bench pressing. Big weapon. Get to talking, then I'ma get to chin checking. Big stepping. 4-5 on me, look like I'm bench pressing. Big weapon. Get to talking, and we gon' get to chin checking. Yeah, last year I told them, put that gun down. They shot Cool John, I got a gun now. We got a BOT and just ask.
Hello, dear audience. It's been a while since I've been inside this little studio, but we're back. Welcome back, everyone, to Grand Prix Talk, the show that brings a Tokage mindset to the T-Rex style world of motorsports. If you don't know who Tokage is, he passes off as a dinosaur. He's actually, he passes off as a dinosaur. Or is it the other way around? He passes off as a lizard. Did you boys know that Tokage, well, boy and girl, know that Tokage is Japanese for lizard?
I did not. I don't know any Japanese other than actually that's kind of it. I just learned something.
Yeah, there you go. Well, Tokage is Japanese for lizard, and the character in question passes off as a lizard. He's actually a dinosaur, but don't you dare mention that to him or any of his friends.
Heard.
Anyway, folks, my name is Sergio Morales. It's so good to be back in the studio with 2 out of 3 of my co-hosts, Zachary Durham and Elmira Darmanian.
Is there?
Kaylee is still out. We hope she's doing okay. She'll be back soon enough, chat. Trust me. I think, right? She'll be all right. She'll be all right. So, it's been a minute. How's everyone doing?
Just, I mean, I'm not in school anymore, so, like, listening to everybody talk about their final schedule and what's coming up for them, I'm just like, so.
Must be nice.
It's been nice being out of school. Just waiting for my internship to start on May 13th. So
okay,
I've got a couple of weeks before I head out there.
Coming fast.
That's good. I didn't even look at my final schedule. I'm still so wrapped up with work and everything. And there's no comment on my end. I've been exhausted. I deserve a break. And I'm so ready to graduate and go home. Not just because it's almost like I'm not leaving on a happy note because I'm so burnt out. And my parents are not letting me work until a certain amount of time.
Somebody get this girl a Red Bull.
No, yeah.
Real?
My mom is like, I was talking to her. I was like, I'm going to start looking for a job now. She was like, no, you're not. I'm like, why not? And she was like, you literally should see yourself in the mirror. And like, because work is just a way to escape my problems of real life for me.
Yeah, that's
why I
deep.
work that much.
That hit a
That's
little
deep.
too deep, Elmira. All right.
You're starting to sound like Lando Norris over here.
No, because, no, because like if I had free time to just sit at home, I would be moaning and crying about how much I miss my family and all of that. So why would I do that if I can just burn out and work instead? At least be useful to some people.
Close enough, I guess. I mean, here's your reminder, everybody, to please take care of your mental health and yourselves. All right, thank you. So let's see. As for me, I don't think it's really hit me yet that this semester's quickly coming to an end. I'm just kind of like moving
in 2
along.
weeks, huh?
I don't even know.
It's in 2 weeks.
Like, I don't know when finals are.
We get it, Zach.
I think it's the week of May 10th to 17th.
To the 17th. That's when finals start for us.
Yeah.
And I know this because El Tráfico is happening May 18th. So I know, like, once the El Tráfico game happens, at least the first of 2 this year, that's when I know the semester is done. When I get to sit down and just watch the game, and hopefully LAFC wins.
Let's just hope it's not a similar situation to what happened last night. I felt for you last night when you were all night. You were waiting for the Rams to get their pick. You rushed home. You're home in time. You sit down. You turn on the TV. Oh, the Rams are on the clock. oh, the Rams traded their first-round pick. So hopefully that's not you,
For El
come El
Tráfico.
Tráfico, where you rush home from a long day at work, you sit down, crack open a cold one, and you turn on the TV, and LA Galaxy are just somehow dominating LAFC,
Oh,
especially in the season that they've been having. So
Diego would not leave me alone for that for a week after that. You know that, right?
probably.
He would. In fact, I
And-
don't know if he's hearing right now, but guaranteed if he did, he would. This would be a dream come true for him.
And there's no race that week, so you've got a week to
You know
to
what there
really
is?
focus on.
On El Tráfico, huh?
Yeah.
You know what there is though? Indy 500 qualifying.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
And that is something you cannot miss, dear listener. Trust me, Indy 500 qualifying these past few years has definitely had my heart racing. You know it's a great race when qualifying is intense.
Yeah.
Anyway, folks, so yeah, we'll find out how that happens. We'd still got to come up with maybe some sort of watch party for El Tráfico. Just saying.
We can make it happen.
That would be phenomenal. All right, folks. But anyway, all that chatter aside, Grand Prix Talk is a racing show, and boy, do we have some racing news to share with you today. So Zach brought this up first outside of the studio before we stepped in. Construction is underway now at the Madring.
Madring. Is it Mad Ring or Madring?
I don't even know. It's one or the other. What are they going to call it?
I think the Madring has to be it.
Madring, right?
The
Probably,
Madring.
Because
Madring.
Madrid, you know?
I mean, it depends on the language you're talking. I wish we had this
We need-
article in like Russian, because does the ring actually mean a ring?
Yeah.
You know
We
what
should
I mean?
just ask Carlos Sainz.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
because-
I
very
feel like the way
involved.
he pronounces it will.
Yeah. Well, he's like a big
determine a
ambassador
lot.
for it.
For this race.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, it makes. I was wondering why Fernando isn't, but it makes sense. By the time they build this track, Fernando's going to be 50. And he's probably not going to be racing anymore.
Oh, don't you say that. He's a rookie.
Ah, I forgot.
He's a
How
rookie.
silly of me.
Come on now. Come on, Zach. Get with the times.
But I mean, we saw the track,
Yep.
Mhm.
and it looks exciting. I'll say that. But before we get into that, I'm a little bummed that we're losing Barcelona.
Yeah.
I really liked Barcelona. I think it's a really unique layout. It's really fun to drive on when you're playing the F1 video game, which, by the way, F1 25 comes out in
In about a month.
Yeah,
6
so-
days.
6 days.
Really
Yeah, it comes out on
soon.
the 30th.
Oh, you mean May 30th?
Oh, is it
right?
May 30th?
May 30th.
Oh, I thought it was April 30th.
This dude was excited, wasn't he?
I got
That's
excited.
what happens to you when you're out of school.
Yeah.
You don't know what date it is anymore.
No, for real. So it's May 30th, not April 30th?
Yeah, let me double check. F125 game. It's set to
F125 coming out before I graduate. No shot.
It is initial release date May 30th.
Oh.
He was excited. He was ready.
Oh, man. That hurts.
F in the chat.
I'm looking at the virtual lap of Madrid's new Madring circuit. I don't know how I feel about it.
It's a weird layout. So we said that
is.
it's a combination of Las Vegas, Zandvoort,
in Bahrain.
and I guess Bahrain. I said Qatar, I think. Or
The
no, I
beginning.
said
Saudi.
No, I said Hungary.
Oh yeah, there you go. He did
It's a little
say
bit
Hungary.
like Hungary.
There is an incline too.
A whole bank turn.
There's a whole bank. The banking is where it looks like Zandvoort. Like it's the exact same
Yeah.
thing. But then there's
Yeah.
parts of it that the layout looks like Vegas just because it's like it's a street race.
Yeah.
But it's kind of blocky looking.
Yeah.
Minecraft.
I
Like
agree.
same with Baku. You know how Baku you can it's very obvious that they're racing on like a grid in the middle of a city.
Right.
Just because the way it kind of looks like that, where you can tell like, oh yeah, that's a corner of like an actual street that they're,
Yeah.
it's unique. I don't know what type of
That
input went into the design and what they were going for. If they were just going for a fully unique, one of a kind track, either it looks interesting.
it definitely does.
I think
because-
they need a better sim racer.
for sure.
Did you see the crash?
I feel yeah. I just think that it's the first thing. Second, I feel like it will make definitely more sense once the people are there and it's full on a race. Third, it will also make more sense once why is the ground that color? Am I
Dirt, I
tweaking?
guess.
It's dirt.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
But
we
they're
have
not
to.
going to be racing on dirt.
No,
Exactly.
No,
So
it'll
that
be-
also is something that like
it'll be fresh
misleads
tarmac
me.
or fresh asphalt.
Yeah.
Which
Got it.
is good or bad for? I think that's bad for the cars. You want to have that road like worn in a little bit, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I
isn't it
remember
s-
during Suzuka, they were saying that they repaved the first sector of Suzuka with this new asphalt, and that's why a lot of people were saying that's why Suzuka was so boring, because they repaved the first sector, and the tires were so healthy on it that they didn't even need to change tires.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll
I felt
lay the track and then have some races before Formula One comes in, just to wear in that asphalt and the track.
That Suzuka was actually the first Grand Prix where I actually fell asleep.
Ouch.
I fell asleep watching.
I was in Austin, and the race, like, if you're watching from the West Coast, the Japanese Grand Prix started at 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So it was midnight for me in Austin, and I was like, I'll stay up. It's not that late. I stayed up till like 1:30 watching it, and I was like, man, this could have been an email. Like, if this could have been an email was a race, it was the Japanese Grand Prix. So
This entire race could have been an email.
I was laying down on the couch looking at the TV, and I literally, my eyes just closed. And I never doze off watching a movie, series, nothing. I'm always so locked in, but that specific race, I watched the start, and then I woke up the last lap.
You know what?
Silly.
I had that happen to me once in 2018, I think it was, the Singapore Grand Prix, which happened on on my birthday that year. So, I mean, you wake up and it's your birthday. It's like, all right, Formula One, right? Start the day. Bruh, it was 5 a.m. I woke up. I watched the race. Like, I dozed off, and I woke up again. It was the last lap, and Lewis Hamilton was on his way to victory.
there you go.
So
I would never see this now.
But yeah, I think for the
I'm so sorry. I just think, sorry to
no, you're
interrupt
good.
you.
I was just gonna go back to
I
Madrid.
wanted to share this opinion. Do you guys think that Lewis going to Ferrari was a little overhyped?
yikes.
Overhyped? No, because I get that, like,
No, he's like for sure.
it was
crazy,
it was the equivalent of Otani joining the Dodgers.
Yeah, for sure. I understand Luka going to the Lakers.
Yeah, same thing.
But it was crazy. The move is crazy, but I feel like people expected more out of him.
I don't
you
know.
think so?
I think I said this at the beginning of the year. It'll be interesting how Ferrari prioritize their two racers. Do they want to usher him in warmly and have him kind of like be the priority, or they just go out there and
He definitely is not.
it doesn't seem like they have a priority. Like, and I was watching the race.
Shout out to Charles for getting
First
his
podium.
First
Yeah,
podium
it took
of this
5 to
season.
6 races.
Yeah, which is crazy.
6 races.
Ferrari
Give or take.
is such a good. They used to
The
be
thing
a
is,
good team. Now it's just.
If George
Embarrassment.
Russell and Mercedes get their strategy right, Charles finishes 4th and they miss out on the podium. They're still searching for their first podium. It took a fumble from Mercedes for Charles to get on that podium, and they didn't really do anything in that race to like put. It was just so like they did nothing, and they Ferrari, like they kind of got blessed with that podium just because George Russell.
No,
just
I mean, of
botched
course,
his strategy.
The majority of the drivers on that track, I don't want to say for everyone, but the majority of the lineup are putting up a performance every single race.
Yeah, but what I'm
But
saying is
they
like
just-
Ferrari just aren't doing enough to like.
And I don't
for any
think,
of their drivers.
Yeah, I don't think it's the skill issue that we have. I'm so sorry,
Skill issue.
like Lando Norris skill issue type thing. But
Hey, he's down
it's the
bad right
team.
now. Don't.
No,
beat a dead
he
horse.
got it. Hey, he's good because of the team. I
Yeah.
feel like the prime example probably is going to be like a combination of a good team and good skill is Max.
Yeah.
And then Ferrari is just a horrible team, good drivers, and then McLaren is. I'm just gonna say Lando's not as good. I think Oscar. If someone asked me which one of them is a world championship winner or ready for a world championship, I'd say Oscar.
Yeah, it's gonna get interesting for the boys in Papaya.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I said this to Christina, like we haven't seen a driver teammate pairing that are both driving the same car, competing for a driver's championship since Rosberg and Hamilton.
Yep.
Yep.
There you go.
And
Yep.
what is that going to do for the relationship of Oscar and Lando? I'm not saying that because like it's completely different. Like Nico and
Hamilton.
Max, I keep saying Max, Lewis
Mhm.
and Nico were like best buds when they got into the sport.
I
Yeah.
don't
And then they
think
drifted apart. It's different. Like Max and Oscar are coworkers.
Lando and Oscar.
Yes, I keep saying Max.
Why do you keep saying that?
I don't know. Maybe I've just been thinking about him a lot.
Lando and Oscar are coworkers.
They're coworkers.
First things first, and I think it was pretty obvious even in the last season where they were trying to fight for the drivers' championship at some point where they were not in far difference in points with Max. I feel like Oscar for sure understood McLaren prioritizing Lando back then last
Now-
season, but now
He's more
I don't
vocal.
think-
Have you noticed
yeah.
how much more vocal Oscar has been this year?
yeah.
Like, he's getting annoyed when Lando tries to throw off his like
Yeah.
Lando had to go
He's
from
going to leave if that's going to be
he
the
had
case.
to go from 10th to 4th, and he was leading that race for a bit, and Oscar's like, yeah, why am I in dirty air? Like,
Yeah.
why there's what I'm trying to get at is there's going to come a time in the season where McLaren has to say, look, we've got 2 guys fighting for one trophy, only one of them can win it. How can we make this as clean and avoid drama as much as possible? Because there's going to be some sort of controversy between the drivers
Oh, for
and
sure.
how they get prioritized.
For sure.
I just don't want to see them absolutely fumble it and have
Not get
Oscar
anything,
Piastri
yeah.
be like, you know what? I know I just signed a contract with McLaren, but maybe I should have thought about it before. I don't know.
Because
I don't want things to get ugly.
I mean, I feel like it's kind of almost inevitable considering that Lando has been there for so long and it's such a kind of loyalty thing too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Because
think it all
like they
depends on.
almost like they owe it to him because he's been there longer.
Yeah,
But just because I'm so sorry, you have to understand that even if like I have been in sports industry, let's say 6 years, and then someone comes in and they're better than me in their first year, that's good. You know what I mean?
hmm
Same way with Lando and Oscar. Oscar is better than Lando right now, and Lando has been in Formula One for longer.
yeah. They both have 5 race wins, and Oscar's done it in like half the
Yeah.
time, less than half the time. Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not a Lando Norris hater. I just think
Me
he needs
neither,
to take a
but-
step back and
Yeah.
learn how to be a teammate, learn how to be a better person, learn how to love himself. I feel like he doesn't know
I
how
don't
to
know.
love himself at
I
all.
don't think I don't want to say that you're saying something wrong, but I don't think we know what kind of a person he is.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, some actions we can tell by the media and stuff, but we are not sitting down and having a conversation with him.
I just
By
think
better teammate, yeah.
I think he just needs more confidence. He needs to like those internal conversations that he has with himself, like when he makes a mistake, like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm stupid, I'm the worst.
Yeah.
You know,
Charles Leclerc did
I'm
that
stupid.
a few years ago.
No, I know
and
you can
it
have
didn't
those
work.
conversations, but when you start to believe in them, that's when it's harmful. And I think Lando Norris is starting to believe, or not starting to. I think he's been believing those negative thoughts, and we're starting to see it when he's put under pressure on the racetrack in the car, going up against Max or his teammate.
Oh, yeah.
He folds under the pressure.
He does.
And that's all between the ears. And it's
mean-
I'm not saying that like as an Oscar fan, like yeah, like it's helping Oscar
Yeah.
but at the same time, like he's gonna need his teammate eventually. And for his sake and the team's sake, I hope he figures it out mentally.
No, yeah, definitely. I agree. But one thing, I mean, I understand what you're saying considering the opinion like of your own about yourself or your self point of view. But for some people, that negative way of thinking about themselves is a motivation.
That's true.
You know what I mean? But I doubt that's the case for Lando. 'Cause
Well, if
I'm not-
It could never be for
Me
no one.
Well, I was gonna say
personally-
it works for people, but it's not working for Lando Norris
Yeah.
if that's the case.
it works for me. Great, I think.
Like I think.
I don't know.
No, I'm kind of like that. Like I definitely will beat
Yeah.
up on myself mentally, but like I said, like you can't dwell on it.
Yeah.
And
You
I
can
feel
just
like he
sit
dwells on it. Like I
constantly.
feel like when he binned into the wall at turn 4 of
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia, he was thinking of what was the mistake he made the previous week at Qatar, or not Qatar, at Bahrain.
Bahrain.
Was it in quality or the race though?
I
There was like a little moment where he slipped up and
I
kind of.
think it was a race.
It was the race. I'm blanking on the exact instant. I had this planned out last night. Now I'm losing it. F in the chat.
real.
Either way, I think he just needs to go out there and focus on himself. Don't worry
Yeah.
about Oscar, and if he's got more points than you or if he outqualifies you, he just needs to get back to racing in his own
For sure.
race.
Yeah.
Real. This whole McLaren chat. Now I understand how things are. Now I understand like the drama that's going on with Lando and Osaka over there. I mean, yeah, honestly, note to Lando, please don't beat yourself up. Mistakes happen. Everyone's done them, and they've been able to bounce back. Case
Yeah.
in point, Charles Leclerc.
Like they're gonna win the constructors.
McLaren, I feel like they're
Yeah.
McLaren are gonna run away with the constructors. Mercedes might compete, but I don't think it'll be.
A
They're
fair
not gonna run
competition.
away. I mean,
Shout out
I-
to Kimmy.
yeah. Shout out to Kimmy.
Kimmy, hey.
So far, so
Wow.
good.
It won't be as. It's not going to be as close as it was last
That
year.
Oscar overtake of who overtook Lewis? Was it
That
Oscar?
was Oscar.
Sick.
He's overtaken him twice this year. Once in Australia in the rain on the last lap, and then that other one on Lewis when he came on his out lap from the pits, which got him back up to the front and cleaner air. It was like a huge moment for his race, and the fact that he was able to do it. The two best overtakes so far this year have both been Piastri
Oscar.
overtaking Hamilton.
It's crazy.
But what I was going to say is, I mean, Oscar's at the top right now,
yeah.
and Lando's right behind him.
10 points behind.
Yeah, but the driver's is still wide open. Max
Right.
Verstappen could very easily
Oh, yeah.
retake his spot at the top. George Russell has been probably the most consistent driver all year long, just constantly in P3, P4, P5.
Right.
I think P5 was his lowest finish of the season. So if he puts that up all season long, he's going to be in the top 3.
Easily.
And Charles Leclerc, he's Charles Leclerc. He had a rough start to the season, but
First podium of the season. So
he
far.
could turn it around mid to end season and just be on an absolute tear and just slowly catch up to Lando and Max. There's 5 racers that have a chance to win the Drivers' Championship this year.
That, or I feel like Charles Leclerc is going to do the same thing that he did last season, where his wins are just the most unexpected wins ever.
Not unexpected and nobody thought he would win it and he actually did.
Wait, what?
talking
Not
about
in
Charles.
that sense,
Yeah.
but I think in the sense of I feel like going forward, we're going to see McLarens, we're going to see Max Verstappen, constantly fighting for wins.
Yeah.
So we're kind of used to okay, these are the big 3. And then dark horse, Charles Leclerc over here, I just came up with that on the whim, by the way, is whenever if he were to win a race or two, it's what? What happened to the other 3?
Yeah.
You know?
I
I
see
feel like
that.
in that sense.
Okay, I see that. Because last year it was he won Monaco and he won Monza.
Right.
What did he do? What did he have to sell his soul to win those 2 races after his luck in his career?
No, that Monaco win last year is absolutely insane. I remember Kaylee texting me, use your Armenian powers to make Charles win the Monaco Grand Prix. And I was like, sure, I will, as a joke. Which month was it?
24.
No, I remember it's 2024, but which month?
Oh, it's in May, I think.
May, yeah. I mean,
May or
I could have
June.
made a joke about April being the Armenian Heritage Month, and then never mind.
You lost it.
Yeah.
But you make
because the race was in May. Because if
Yeah.
it was in April, I would have been like, yeah, it's an Armenian History Month.
But you make a good point about how Charles is kind of his wins are going to be kind of random.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in the same boat as George Russell.
Yeah.
Where George Russell just qualifies really high
Mm-hmm.
and he does his thing during the race, nothing fancy, and he finishes 3rd.
Yeah.
If George Russell is going to win a race, it's going to be because either the McLarens crash into each other, which God forbid that doesn't happen,
Yikes. I would not want to
or-
say
I
that.
just know.
or Max and Lando are battling and they lose each other's pace, or something weird happens like in Australia where Oscar ends up in the grass for a minute.
That would cause so much,
If
trash.
the McLarens were to crash into each other, it's over.
That's what I
the
keep
internet would
seeing.
blow
I
up.
follow so many F1 accounts on social media, Instagram, and
Mhm.
all that, and they were like, "Yeah, how long until we see
They
another
crash?
silver arrows? This time in papaya,
The papaya arrows.
the papaya arrows. What would you call it? Because
Silver War.
no, it would be like the papaya plunder or
It would be
papaya.
Civil War.
The papaya. I don't know. My mind's going blank.
I don't know, but okay, we had the Silver War between in
Yeah.
2014, the Mercedes thing. So if it's McLaren,
What's another word for battle that starts with P? I can't think of anything. My use of synonyms.
I want to look it up.
Chat, it's time to use Chat GPT for this.
Yeah, I don't
get
know.
what you
They could
mean.
have such a cool name for it. Either way, I hope that doesn't happen. But the way that they've been racing each other, that's kind of where we're heading. So
I'm kind of terrified to see that. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a pretty scary time to be a McLaren fan, isn't it, Zach?
it's just weird. You'd think you'd think there would be a sense of unity and McLaren are on the top of the sport right now. But they're going up. They're going to stay going up. They've got 2 really good drivers. You'd think it's momentum is high, morale is high, and the morale isn't as high as it could be. There's all this internal conflict between who's the number 1 driver, what are papaya rules, blah, blah, blah. And it's unnecessary.
Drama.
Lashes
Drama.
out with unnecessary anger.
Hmm.
It's unnecessary.
Yeah.
The
Just go
papaya
out-
punch
yeah.
up. I don't know.
Punch
Ooh,
up,
the papaya punch up.
It's kind of silly.
The papaya punch up. The papaya. I gotta workshop this.
I really.
Let's
wanna
hope
take
it doesn't happen.
Let's
Yeah,
just you
no.
know what? On the note of McLaren, let's just talk about something that isn't Formula 1 related. It's actually Formula E related. L might have a heyday with this one. McLaren are leaving Formula E.
As they should.
There you go. What did I tell y'all, folks?
As they should. I don't think Formula E should be real.
It's
But
Like,
they're
what?
joining. Aren't they adding into?
they're going to the hypercars.
Yeah, they're leaving Formula E and going into hypercar.
I'd
I'm
rather see that.
I'm surprised they weren't in that already.
Low key, kind of same. So hypercar right now is just blowing up, absolutely blowing up. This year, Aston Martin came in and are getting squashed because their engine is not a hybrid.
Isn't that the car that their first race the door flew off?
Yep, frog car,
Yeah.
the Aston Martin Valkyrie. Anyway, yeah. So Aston Martin came in this year.
Valkyrie
Next
looks
year,
so good though.
It's a cool looking
It's
car,
so
but yeah,
cool car, cool name,
poor engine.
phenomenally sounding engine, but it doesn't keep up with the rest.
Yeah, per usual. It's like Lance Stroll's ghost. Is right
Yikes.
there.
Anyway, so Aston Martin.
Lance Stroll constructed.
Hey,
that
leave
car,
Lance out of
actually.
this. No, I'm kidding. Lance Stroll
He's been
slander.
consistent actually with finishing in the points. No.
Real.
No, you know me. Lance Stroll slander is always tolerated.
Okay.
Anyway, so Aston Martin walks in, is joining Hypercar this year. Not going so well, but anyway. Genesis just revealed their car.
My favorite.
Have you seen it?
I don't think so. I don't think I have.
Ladies and
Pull it
gentlemen,
up.
let's reveal to L the Genesis GMR 001.
For those who don't know, BMW and Genesis are two of my favorite cars. Or at least the ones that I drove and I liked the most.
You actually drove a Genesis?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. So, okay, so let me reveal to you the actual, like,
I'm
this is
scared.
what it's actually going to look like.
Is this what it's actually or no?
This is what it's actually going to look like. Like, you're going to see this car in 2026.
Oh my god.
That's the Genesis GMR 001. It looks
like the
snazzy.
orange.
It looks so good.
It looks snazzy. I like it. So that
It looks light.
Hmm?
It looks
Looks
light,
light,
like
yeah.
a lightweight car.
Hey, if they oh, by the way, that's carrying a V8 hybrid. So it's
Crazy.
Genesis V8 hybrid.
Wow.
Yep. So
Genesis are just, I don't know, if there was like a adjective that I used to describe Genesis and BMWs, it'd be hot. They're just hot cars.
Attractive.
well
No,
this team is
weird.
called Genesis Magma Racing.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna be like one of those weird people on TLC with like, I'm in love with my car, I married my car. Yeah, that'd be me. Once I
Anyway,
get a Genesis.
so
or
that's
BMW.
a full POV of the Genesis car.
It looks really good.
It looks great. I'm looking forward to seeing this thing out on the track. And this is coming from a Hyundai N fan. So like
Genesis is just so good. I don't want to. Hey, Genesis sponsor us. But I have never like Russian roads are so crazy. Like when I hear people complain about roads here, I'm like,
you ain't seen nothing.
You have not seen it,
Have
because
you driven down Loins here in Long
Yikes.
Beach?
hey,
Check it out.
I've driven down Russia. That was enough. Because
Just
of
down
the
Russia.
climate changes in Russia obviously do horrible things to our roads, and driving a Genesis, you do not feel a single bump, a single stone. And I was driving not an SUV, but the G80.
The GV80, I think it might have been.
Yeah, but it was. Hold on, let me see.
You said it was an SUV, right?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Hold
it
on.
was a sedan.
Yeah,
The Genesis G80, most likely.
I think it was GV70.
Was it this? Or the 70.
I think it was the 71.
Oh, okay. So this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Genesis
You do
G70.
not feel a single thing. Genesis is just such a cool car.
I think Genesis
They're
also,
Japanese, right?
They're Korean.
Oh, Korean.
They're Hyundai's luxury brand.
Korean. Yeah, you're right.
Mhm.
Sorry, my bad.
So anyway,
But
yeah,
they're
this
really good.
this car is going to carry a 3.2 liter V8 twin turbo hybrid. I think it's a hybrid. Let me double check. Is it a hybrid? I believe it is. Yes, it is. It's going to be a twin turbo V8 hybrid. So this thing is going to be up there with the Beamers and the Cadillacs of the world.
I love Beamers.
So that's 2025. 2026, Ford. Is it? No, not Ford. No, yeah. 2026 Genesis. I'm sorry. I got my details mixed up. 2025 Aston Martin, 2026 Genesis, who are joining World Endurance Championship in 2026, and the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship in 2027. So Genesis is getting involved in both. Also in 2027, Ford, let's go. I'm looking forward to that one. You already know me, a Ford driver myself, of course. And McLaren also joining in 2027.
Absolutely.
So, like,
a lot of teams. I mean, I need to get more into that. Like, I don't know a lot about that series.
About WEC?
Yeah.
Oh, it's prime time for WEC, dude. Honestly, like, this is the second golden age of endurance racing. We are living it right now, and it's only going to get better from here. I listen to Footy Fridays, by the way, 9 a.m. Fridays. I was in an episode. Hopefully, I'll go in another one. I heard you say, like, propping up the USL. I'm propping up WEC. If you're tired of just, like there's not enough people to root for in this one league or the other. World Endurance Championship is blowing up, and so is the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship. So, like, if you're trying to find a series where, like, everyone and their grandma's going, WEC. Mm-hmm.
I like it. Is that the one? I know they have a female series, right?
That would be F1 Academy.
Is it? Okay. There was a huge controversial crash that I saw.
Really?
One of the female drivers that were in, and I think it was endurance. I swear it was.
Really?
Don't they do they have a female endurance racing series? Or
There
no?
is a team called the Iron Dames, but
Yeah,
I can't think of
I've
her
heard
name,
it.
but she was in a gnarly crash, and I was just wondering if you guys saw that. I mean, she's okay.
Marta Garcia, right?
Yes,
I remember.
I mean, this was like a week ago, but I haven't been here in a week, so.
We haven't. None of us have. It's been a hot minute. But yeah, I did see. I heard of the crash.
I saw that video, and I'm like, I couldn't tell what racing series it was.
I gotta go look this up. Stay tuned, folks. I guess in the future episode, I will let you know what happened. Anyway, yeah. So McLaren is pulling out of Formula E, and they're going to Hypercar in 2027, joining Ford in 2027 as well. Genesis next year. Prime time for endurance racing. Absolutely prime time.
A lot of new teams coming into racing series.
Yeah.
We'll have Cadillac and F1, and then, as you said, all the McLaren joining and leaving. It'll be interesting what the driver lineups will be.
BMW also looks so good.
That's right. BMW
look
is still
fire.
involved in endurance racing.
Yeah.
Are they going to Le Mans this year?
I don't know.
When is
I
that?
don't think so.
In June.
In June,
June.
yeah.
Yeah, 24 Hours of Le Mans is going to be in June. I don't remember if BMW is going. I would assume they would, though. I don't like. You can't tell me you're just going to race the M Hybrid V8 in anything but Le Mans. Let me see. Surely this thing is going to Le Mans. Yeah, they are. In fact, they went in 2024. So, yeah, I think they're going to compete in Le Mans this year. It'll be fun finding out how they do. Anyway, yeah. So, what do we think about McLaren leaving Formula E? I know. Elle said, "Yep, that's a good move."
Yeah, I mean, I don't know a whole lot about Formula E at all. Funny enough, I was actually out when I was in Austin. I was with my uncle who works he's the VP of an ad agency. I don't know what he's going to a lot of races. They got, funny enough, he sponsors Bubba Wallace's car for NASCAR.
Interesting. Wait,
Yeah.
what is an ad agency sponsoring Bubba?
Well, he's not. He's one of their sponsored drivers. Like, there's a sticker. One of their.
The little stickers.
Yeah,
Got it.
So he goes to NASCAR events. Their driver's Bubba Wallace.
Got it.
He was saying that one of his buddies that he works with or goes to these races with him, he's gotten him into Formula E.
Mm-hmm.
So he's getting into it. So I'm like, well, maybe I need to. If my uncle's into it, maybe I could be.
Yeah.
I just don't know enough about it. And obviously, it sucks if my favorite team's pulling out, but
It gives you less of a reason, I guess.
yeah. But I mean, I don't think it's. I don't know. I was told that if you've never watched a race, this is what Christina, my girlfriend, said. She's like, the sound of the engine is unlike anything
In Formula E?
in Formula E.
Oh, the motor.
The
not
motor,
engine.
not engine. Yeah, motor,
no engine.
because it's all electric. But
Right.
she's like, it's not in a good way. She says it sounds like when you go to the dentist.
Oh,
And you're getting you're
no.
cleaning your teeth, and it's that constant.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's real racing.
So that's what I think of when I think of Formula E.
I just think that some things in life should be kept old school. And we're talking about racing, there should be no Teslas looking, sounding things on a track.
You know what I would rather watch? I'd rather watch the double-decker race series that they do in the UK. Have you seen those?
I've never seen those.
Oh, look this up.
Like,
It's-
keep the cars real. Keep the engines. That's like, if you're gonna race on a battery, I can go to Vaughn's right now, get a battery, put it up.
Hey, we could go to K1 Speed.
I've been planning this. It'll be expensive, but we can do it. Okay, look up double-decker bus race. There should be a video. And you don't need to have that. There, I think that's
UK
it.
double-decker
Yeah,
bus
there
racing.
she is.
What?
There she is.
Raring
Pull
to
it up and show L.
Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on.
You don't need volume. I mean, there's some commentary, but it's nothing. It doesn't add to it.
No, I'm gonna still mute it. L. Look
L,
at
you
this.
need to see this.
What is this?
Go full screen. Go full
Please.
screen.
Full screen.
That is so funny.
I would rather watch this than Formula E. This
No,
is
I
a true
agree.
test of driving ability.
No, literally. What on earth?
Are they standing up?
I
Are
can't
they-
tell.
I don't know, but the fact that they're racing double-decker buses.
They're all numbered.
Los Angeles Metro, take notes.
The fact that they're wearing helmets as if it's gonna help.
But I just always
Never.
thought, like, I think this was a one and done. I don't think this series lasted very long.
It should
but-
be, bring it back. If you have all this
But,
money
like-
and you don't know where to put it, don't put it into Formula. Like, I don't want Vinny Hacker thirst trapping in a car.
What the huh?
Did you forget how he was in Formula E for a second?
I don't even know who Vinny Hacker is. Let's just watch some
I thought
buses
he
racing.
was.
See, but give me more of this. Like, they don't have to be buses. They can be, I mean, maybe school buses. That'd be cool. How about ice cream trucks?
Yo, now we're cooking.
Ice cream truck race on an F1 circuit?
That'd be funny.
Now we're talking. Okay?
Yeah, he
How
did
about,
partner.
you know those little airport tarmac vehicles that carry
Yeah.
the luggage around?
Yes.
You know who
Put
should be
those on
cool?
Silverstone.
There you
like,
go.
Come on.
There
we
you
need,
go.
We need more fun racing series like this. And the reason they don't, it's like, safety, OSHA's going to come at us with all these
Yeah.
violations. It's like, man, we just need to learn to have fun like this. Like, I don't know what year this was. It looks like it's like late 80s, early 90s. But they're having fun. Like,
Watching it is hilarious.
No, literally.
Oh, he
and
kicked
one of
up
them
some
went up.
mud.
He kicked up some dirt
he's
there.
going to lose some pace there.
I'll bet that tire
Is
took a
number two
puncture.
gonna overtake him? Yes or no? They're so close.
Yeah.
is
Imagine doing a
hilarious.
pit stop on these bad boys.
Please, that'd be so funny.
We're gonna have to bring out some real giant, like actual jacks.
Look up what year this is. I might have it in the
This was
video description.
15 years ago.
Well,
Uploaded June 2nd, 2023. But maybe if we go to the YouTube page itself, it'll actually
yeah,
show
if you
us.
just go to like the description of the video, it should have it. But either way, that is the pinnacle
Of
of,
racing.
This
of,
is
of, of
This
motorsport.
is where
Formula
where
One
the-
Yeah.
who?
Yeah.
IndyCar who?
F1 who?
IndyCar who?
This is where the racing started. Don't show it to Will Buxton. He will lose.
Yeah, he'll leave again.
Oh yeah,
He will-
she met
I
Will
met
Buxton.
You did?
Yeah, I have
On-
a picture
in Long
of him.
Beach?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was the craziest
Story
Don't
experience.
tell Christina's mom that
Why?
because she loves Will Buxton.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mrs.
Is she
Agresta
listening right now?
loves-
Because I wanna. You gotta tell the story.
So it was right before the IndyCar race, the main race of the weekend. The race is the main Formula One Grand Prix. What is it?
It was
Acura Grand
IndyCar.
Prix of Long Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know, but I'm trying to
IndyCar.
copy Will when he was saying the race is the most important part of the weekend.
Yeah.
So it was on a Sunday before the race started, a couple of hours prior, I think. We were in the press room, and I was looking at the TV, and I saw Will on Fox, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's so cool because like I'm at least in the same vicinity as this man. Like it's crazy. Like we're here doing almost like the same thing." So then later, me and Sergio decided to roam around the paddock, and we're walking around seeing McLaren. Pato walked out. There was millions of people there trying to get his autograph.
Can confirm.
Yeah, it was like
He's a hot-
hectic.
He's a hot target.
Yeah, then it was, I saw Alexander Rossi there as well. We passed by the Porsche Penske team, and then keep walking, and kind of like, I was like, I'm probably going to head back to the press room, and Sergio you decided to stay out for a little longer. And as I'm walking towards the exit of the paddock, Sergio was like, "Oh, here goes Will Buxton." And I'm like, "Where?" I literally turn around, and he's walking right, like, he passed right by me. And I turn around, and I understand people probably refer to him as, like, Mr. Buxton. But I was so excited that I went, like, "Oh, my God, Will!" And he was with his British accent. He was like, "Hello." I was standing there for a solid minute, and we took a photo. Let me see. I still have it, definitely. But I was like, is it okay if we take a picture? He was like, of course you can. It was so funny.
Did you shake his hand?
Yes.
Did you wash that hand?
Sure,
No.
I did. Yeah.
Aww.
It was so crazy. I showed him my credential, too. He was like, I have to find my friends, because I guess he was looking for his friends in the paddock. It was like a reunion of some sort. But, yeah, it was kind of silly.
It literally happened just because like we were walking.
Yeah.
And like I'm just saying hi to as many people as I could. Like I literally said hello to Mario Andretti. They're just like hi,
Casually.
Mario.
Yeah,
Casually. Hello. And the same thing happened with Will Buxton. I'm like, oh hi Will. Like, hi Will Buxton. It's like, and he literally tells me, hi, how are you?
Yeah,
And
he was so because even when I didn't touch him at all. I was like, oh my God, Will. And he turned around, he like put his hands on my shoulders. He was like, hi, how are you? I'm like, good. Can I take a photo? He was like, sure.
He sounds like a nice guy.
Yeah, he was
Can
very,
confirm.
yeah,
It was-
he was very nice.
I was
It's
very
probably-
impressed with the amount of coverage that you guys had from that race weekend. You guys
I'm
stayed
glad.
busy. You guys
I'm-
stayed busy.
I'm glad I didn't want it to seem like it was just like an empty, like we were just going there to enjoy it. We were really trying to get to places and like record.
Yeah, and you guys,
even
like-
edit on the spot like as much as we can.
Yeah, and you guys like know the sport.
Yeah.
Like, there's some people that went out there and just kind of didn't
Cool cars.
like. Yeah,
Cool,
they
cool,
just
cool.
I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
you need to at least have an idea of like what you're covering,
Yeah.
and I feel like the two biggest racing nerds, well, three kind of Kaylee,
Yeah.
were able to go do that. So that you
Yeah.
guys did a good job
Thank
pumping
Thank
out
you.
content.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, thank
And
you.
all of that can be checked out on our 22 West Sports LB Instagram. Please do.
sir.
I still keep the highlight up for everyone to see.
As you should.
As
You
you
got a lot of good
absolutely
It
should.
was a lot of good.
The race
videos and
was
photos.
pretty entertaining, I would say. I was
Yeah.
I was at work watching it.
It was
Kyle Kirkwood won, right?
Mhm.
Kyle Kirkwood. It was a race of strategy and speed.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
That's what I will say. It was fun to watch, honestly, and it was also the second fastest in Long Beach history.
Like in terms
Average
of how
speed.
quick the race was.
Average speed,
Mm.
second fastest in the history of the race.
Does that have to do with the conditions?
Yeah,
Yeah.
undoubtedly.
I know Pato hated that race. He was
He was
talking-
struggling.
Yeah, I think I've heard him talk about how he does not like Long Beach too much because it's not his favorite track.
I think it's a cool track.
The
It's
other
just-
people like Newgarden, he was very impressed with the fountain and everything. Like obviously
Mhm.
it's not his first time racing, but he was talking in the press conference about, we actually got to be in the press conference room. It was so sick. But he was talking about how it's a beautiful track. So
Yeah, not
he
bad
just-
for a yearbook journalist.
Pretty good stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it wasn't too bad for a yearbook journalist to be in the press room next to motorsports.com and Forbes Sports, you know.
Yeah.
Shout out.
No, you guys were like up close and personal.
No, we
You
were
could have
so
tasted the you could smell Pato's breath,
yes,
whatever
pretty
he ate for
much.
lunch.
pretty much, because I'm pretty sure we ate the same thing for lunch, if anything. But it was crazy because when we were first in the media room, when we walked in, me and Kaylee were looking at like the tables next to us, and it was like ESPN, Forbes Sports, and then motorsports.com, and those people were all so nice. They were not like, I don't know about what is 22S radio, like they were all very, very open to conversations
Yeah.
and helping.
Christina said that. I mean, she's covered that race for 3 years, and she says that like every driver, every people who work with the race,
Mhm.
they're very respectful
They are.
towards media, especially student media.
I did speak to Dave First, the vice president of communications at IndyCar. He was also very, very respectful. So shout out, Mr. First.
I agree with I agree
Some
with
of it?
with, like,
What do you disagree with?
90%.
What do you disagree
I had a
with?
very horrible encounter with the security, unfortunately.
Oh,
And
really?
it wasn't like my fault. Like I would
With security
not,
or
yeah,
with-
the security off like in the Long Beach like basically people. I would say it's like fan engagement or something manager person, because when the McLaren press autograph session started, I ended up being in a paddock, and I understood that the McLaren like line was wrapping up. So it was like wrapping up around like 2 garages or 3 teams, or like it was thousands of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and it was 2 lines like going, like they're like parallel next to each other,
Mhm.
okay? And I was walking in between those 2, and the security was getting very like aggravated. Obviously, they were not having fun with the amount of people. And I'm just there. I don't want to get in any of those lines. I want to get out of there. I'm looking for Sergio and Kaylee. Like, I don't want to cause any kind of like anything. Just let me
Commotion,
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as I'm standing there in between those two lines, people start running from one line to another. So the traffic for me is it's blocked. I can't walk.
Yeah.
The security proceeds to grab me by my hand, drag me like close, like to the one side. He was like, "Stand in line." I'm like, I wasn't in the line initially.
Yeah.
Can I go? Like, I'm sorry. Can I leave? Because what? But I don't care. I understand it's high stress situation, but
I was gonna say,
jeez.
like, being in that position, being in charge of so many people,
for sure.
it's
100%.
stressful. Like, you can't be a laid back person. You can't just like.
But
So
also, it doesn't give
I don't
you-
think he did it to like
I get it, but I don't
bother
think
you, but he was just doing his job, trying to like
when
prevent
you're like
crowd.
a 6'2" foot man, I don't think it gives you a right to drag me. Like he
Yeah, he
genuinely
definitely shouldn't
did
grab
just
you like that.
he grabbed my hand and like not even hand, my arm, and like dragged me to one of the sides of the lines, and I'm like, cool, okay.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like lost. I was actively waiting for people to stop walking so I can pass because I didn't want to push anyone. But I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then we've got IndyCar Indy 500 this week, right? Or is it next week?
No, they are doing IndyCar, the Indy 500 open tests.
That's what
they've
it is.
been doing.
Open test. Because I've seen somebody already hit the wall and crashed.
Two of them.
Two of them did.
Kyle Larson
Kyle Larson.
as one of them. He's trying to do the double this year once again because last year it was a mess, weather related. And Takuma Sato was the other. This dude is a two-time champ of the Indy 500. So that's what's been going on in IndyCar. A lot of open testing going on leading up to next month's 109th running of the Indy 500.
Wow. 109.
Yep, I was there for the 100th on the spot.
Oh, that's pretty high.
It was
That's cool.
insane.
Yeah, I have a coworker who's from Indiana.
Oh.
He's like every year we go out to, he says he's in his 40s. He's been to dozens of Indy 500, so
Must be nice.
yeah. He's not a big motorsport fan. It's one of those things where he like grew up watching it and he's just like so accustomed to like
Just, all
to
right.
him, yeah, he's like, "Oh, Indy 500? Yeah, I've been it many times. It's whatever." But he does it's one of those things where it's like, dude, do you realize how
Cool.
lucky and
Yeah.
like I'll never forget. I talked to this one. There's this guy on my Little League baseball. Or he wasn't even a Little League baseball player. He was my next door neighbor that I went to elementary school with. And his dad, he was like, "Yeah, I went to the World Series at Yankee Stadium. Like, it was all right. It was kind of a boring game." And I'm like, "Dude,
Are you serious?
I was like, "You know how ungrateful you sound right now?" I was like, "I don't care how much you hate the Yankees, like I do, or if you love them or not. Like, if you're at the World Series, like,
That's
you
huge.
can't be falling asleep at a game. Like, and if you know that you think baseball is boring, just don't go."
That's what I'm doing when Kaylee and Garrett try to drag me to a game every time. I'm like, I don't find it interesting. Like,
You'll find
yeah,
it
maybe if it's
interesting.
a regular season game at the Angel Stadium, like, boring, but okay. You know what I mean? Like, I'll go for the experience, but I don't want to, like, take
You
up
know-
some.
you
If
haven't-
it's, like, a World Series, huge, big game, and I know I'm not interested, why would I take someone's spot?
Yeah, that's
Because
true.
the seats are limited and stuff. So.
Wait, was this last year's World Series between the Yankees and the Dodgers?
No.
Oh.
It
This
like
was
40
like
years ago.
Years ago.
I was like a child. I was like 7 or 8
Oh.
years old. And my next door neighbor, who I went to school with, he was a grade below me, but like we went to the same elementary school. Yeah, he was like, "Yeah, I go to a baseball game and it just wasn't my thing." But the fact that one baseball game where he figured out
Wasn't
baseball wasn't his thing,
It had to be
just
the
happened
World
to be.
Series.
I think it was like the 2001 World Series because that was when they lost to the Arizona Diamondbacks,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't go back to the World Series until 2009 when they beat the Philadelphia Phillies.
I think.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Either way, it wasn't between 2001 and 2009, so it had to be 2001.
Got it.
That's just me doing the mental math of like what World Series it would have had to been.
Got it. Anyway, that's crazy. Okay, we do have a race coming up this weekend, and we talked about it prior to heading into the studio. NASCAR is headed to their biggest track on the calendar, Talladega Superspeedway, everybody. Which, by the way, there's a movie on that. It's called Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. Just
I want to
saying.
go fast, Daddy.
Yep. Hit the pace car.
Dude, I could name quotes from that movie like all. We could just go back and forth all day.
You know what? We got to do that
Lost
next
me
week.
there.
Yeah.
I don't know what
You've never seen Ricky Bobby?
I'm not
I'm gonna
from
jump on you.
America.
I'm all huffed up on Mountain Dew.
I'm not from America.
I'm gonna jump on you like a spider monkey.
You know what? Okay. Now I want to know, Zach, since you have watched it, let's see if we can find any paint schemes that are from the movie. or look anything
That
like
one
it?
right there, number
Nope.
5. No, number 5. That looks like. Oh my God, what was his teammate? What was his teammate?
The French guy, right?
No. Oh my God, Dale.
Dale.
That's his name in the movie.
Huh. Interesting.
Jason Riley. I can't think of the guy's name. It's killing me right now.
Anyway.
John C. Riley.
John
John
C.
C. Riley is the guy
Okay.
who played. I can't think of his name in the movie though. I think it's Dale.
Well,
He drives the Old Spice car.
right.
That's what it looks like.
Right.
But it's more white than red.
Hold on, folks. I'm
Yeah,
looking this
let's
up.
do some fact checking. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it was
Okay.
Old Spice. Okay, it was red.
So, yeah, it was red. Was it this one? No, you know what? This is the one. It looked more like the 2022 car. Looked like that one.
Yeah.
Just looked a lot more like it. Okay, got it.
I love this movie.
Close enough.
I don't think it gets enough love.
I gotta go back and watch. Let's see.
Well, Elle needs to see it.
Elle needs to see it. Yep.
I don't know.
There's
Sacha
an
Baron-
Amazon Prime Video card.
So Sasha, you know who Sacha Baron Cohen is, right? No?
no.
No.
Very funny comedian, actor, or
I
comedic
don't.
actor.
I don't. It doesn't.
Anyway, so his character in the movie is he's a former Formula One driver, French Formula One driver who comes to America to race in NASCAR.
Please, that's really.
But it's so good. Like the character that he plays, it's just
Maybe I should
what-
watch it.
his name's like
Yep.
Gerard something, and
He
he does this accent the entire film. It's so good.
I'll find it and watch it one day.
Hey, sooner
Ooh, the
rather than
Arby's
later.
car goes kind of hard.
Celsius.
Arby's.
The Arby's car
Arby's
goes
is
hard.
good. Yeah.
Okay, this is a cool paint scheme. That's Cody Ware's number 51, Arby's car. It's a Ford, by the way.
There was a Celsius, down
Celsius?
there.
Wait, go down?
Down. More. Down Arby's, yeah.
Oh,
here's a Celsius car.
okay.
Mid.
Yeah, it's kind of mid.
I like it.
I needed a different flavor.
It looks
for
like the can.
Yeah.
It looks like
like-
it just looks like the can.
I like it. It's pretty good. This looks
45.
weird.
Not a fan.
Gunk? Since when is gunk? What is gunk?
I don't like it.
I don't like
That
the
looks
word
weird.
gunk sounds nasty.
That's
sounds-
unappealing.
Yeah. So, folks, for context, that's Michael McDowell's number 71, Gunk Chevrolet. don't know.
Okay, Chili's 77. I like that.
All right,
That's
all right.
kinda cute.
Yo, what is
That's
going on
ugly.
with Shane Van Gisbergen's car? Goodness me.
That's ugly. That's
It
really
is,
bad.
It's okay.
That's really ugly.
Beautiful color combination. Very
No,
weird
it's
use
ugly.
of it.
It's ugly.
Zach, let a man speak.
Sorry.
As I was saying, beautiful color combination. I love blue, yellow, purple. Fantastic color combo. But that is a weird way to use it.
Dude, it looks like it's like
It wants to be a Chargers car.
no, it looks like the sub like you know those like very long infomercials where they're trying to sell you a pill and like they just list
The
off all the
symptom-
names of the symptoms. Like it looks like
Yeah.
they're trying to sell me some pill with like
Yikes.
X amount of
I'm weak.
symptoms.
Let's see what's
Meanwhile,
next.
everyone in the background is just dancing and having a
Yeah.
great time. Anyway, okay, so that's Shane Van Gisbergen's car.
No, that
Whoa,
looks even worse.
goodness me.
Zach, look.
Wow.
Is that a Wendy's Frosty?
That's a Wendy's Frosty car for
Disgusting.
Daniel
See, they're doing
Suarez.
too much.
That there's too
What
much
is
going.
this? Camo pants with but pink.
Bring back Buzz Lightyear car. I said what I said.
Bring back pale black, just straight black cars.
Well, if it's any help, Monster
This-
Energy.
I
Riley
know,
Hurst.
but I name it good every single time. Like I
Yeah.
need a different one.
Nothing will beat the Tony Stewart Home Depot car.
Okay, that or the Jimmy Johnson Lowe's car.
Yeah, those are iconic.
Is there anything else we need to look at?
I don't know if you find any appealing paint scheme here.
I'm
or
trying. Oh, this one is not bad. Number 8.
Not. Number 8,
That
NicoKick.com.
one
Not
doesn't
bad.
good.
Kyle
Go down,
Busch.
go to the 9.
Amazon Prime.
Nah.
Weak.
Could have made better use of this, but whatever, it'll
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
I like that 6.
BuildSubmarines.com.
Yeah.
RFK
This could have been
Racing.
a Celsius.
Yeah. This is the same team behind the Celsius car. Ryan Priest is driving the Celsius car this weekend.
Yeah.
So
BuildSubmarines.com. That's such a random.
that is a random sponsor. It really
Hey,
is.
your girl gotta do what a girl gotta do.
When are we gonna see an underwater submarine racing series?
At this rate, we could
need
get a
fish
start.
racing or something.
Fish racing. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and nominate my scheme of the week. I'm gonna give my scheme of the week. Let's see, who should I? You know what?
For uniformity, I'm going with Arby's.
You're
They
going
have the
with-
most complete car.
Okay.
Everything looks together.
Okay, so Zach's
I'm
taking
gonna go build
Cody White.
submarines.
Brad Kozlowski. Shoot. Okay, this one's a tough one for me
Dollar
personally.
Tree is killing me.
Dollar Tree. Uh, you know what? It's between the 23 and 24.
I'd say go 24.
But Zach, which one do you prefer between the 23 and 24?
24.
Okay, well, the 24 is my scheme of the week. Valvolines with William Byron, and this paint scheme does look great. I love the color use. I love how this looks a lot more cohesive. I don't know what is going on with this.
I don't know either. That's ridiculous.
They missed the mark. That
They
looks like
missed the
something
mark.
out of a Japanese anime.
Yikes. Okay, you know what? Yeah. So
They're
that's
doing too much.
Wendy's Frosty, am I right? Anyway, that's my scheme of the week is the 24 Valvoline Chevy of William Byron. Ew, Chevy, whatever. Anyway, folks, that is the paint scheme preview for the Talladega Super Speedway NASCAR race. That race goes live Sunday, April 27th, 12 p.m. Pacific time. Check your local Fox listings because NASCAR is back on the Fox, the main channel. Only this week that IndyCar isn't because IndyCar takes all the Fox races.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yup.
Well, that was a fun episode of GPT, wouldn't y'all say? I
Yup.
love
It was
half
good.
of it felt like we were just bonding.
Yeah.
And then the other half is like, oh, look at this paint scheme. And then look at that garbage bin.
Pretty much.
Folks, we thank you so much for joining us for Grand Prix Talk today. That was Elmira Darminian, Zachary Durham, our co-host. We hope that we will be back next week.
Absolutely.
Hopefully
Thank you,
with the
guys.
full team. Folks, that also wraps up the sports blog here on 22 West Media. So thank you all so much for joining us, whether you tuned in early in the morning or even just now. So thanks for joining. I'm Sergio Morales. This has been Grand Prix Talk. We will see you all next time.
Papaya.
Death happens every day. Unfortunately, many people don't have the support they need. Are you living with grief? Or do you know someone who's experienced the loss of a friend or loved one and is having a difficult time with their grief? Since 2003, New Hope Grief Support Community, a local nonprofit, has been serving bereaved people in the greater Long Beach area and surrounding communities. Its mission is to help bereaved people like you find hope and healing through connection and support. New Hope understands that after someone dies, it can bring feelings of isolation and loneliness, and most people don't know where to turn. New Hope offers community-based programs led by people who genuinely care and have experienced the death themselves. Together, through peer support groups, family camps, community events, and internships, they offer an opportunity to share experiences and feelings in a safe environment free of judgment. New Hope support groups meet monthly from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. during the week. For any questions, please contact us via email at support@newhopegrief.org or call us at 562-429-0075. You can also follow us on Instagram at New Hope Grief Support. Remember, we suffer in isolation and heal in community, so don't do grief alone.
This is 22S Radio News. I'm Sammy Cortez. Join Beach Pride events for a screening of Pitch Perfect on November 20th at 7 p.m. in the USU Beach Auditorium. Admission is free for students, and popcorn will be provided while supplies last. Attendees can have the chance to win free bingo prizes, such as AMC movie tickets. Check-in begins at 6 p.m. and the movie starts at 7 p.m. Students can RSVP on the Events and Orgs page to reserve their spot. You're listening to 22S Radio News.
You're listening to 22 West Radio, streaming at 88.1 FM, HD3, KKJZ, Long Beach, Los Angeles, and 22smedia.com.
Hello, University Student Union. It's K-pop corner time. Well, better be jumping.